Hi there, Simon Stokes here from Schugle Studios in Scotland for ADSR. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel for regular tutorials like this. Today's tip, we're going to take a quick look at audio effect racks inside of Ableton Live and how we can use those to alleviate some of the problems that we might find with effects that we're using. So I've got a full track of mine here in the background. This is State Function by me, Petrichor, on Soma Records. And what we're going to take a quick look at, let's just solo out one of the tracks on this. Maybe we'll take this closed hi-hat for just now. Now, say for example, we wanted to add a bit of reverb and a bit of delay onto this hi-hat. Now, that's something that you might want to do fairly often inside of music production. Quite a lot of the time, reverbs and delays you get added to all sorts of parts. Now, if I take a reverb here and let's just take a ping pong delay. Should put ping pong delay on everything, really. Okay, so right now you can hear the reverb and the delay sound. But we have a problem with this here, in that the sound from our hi-hat, which is playing in this drum rack over here, is flowing into the reverb first and having reverb applied to it. And then the reverb sound is coming out of here and flowing into the ping pong delay and then getting delayed. So what we're doing is applying delay to a reverbed sound. And if we did this the other way around with the ping pong delay first and then the reverb, we'd be creating a delayed sound for the hat first and then applying reverb to that. So either way, we're getting more reverb than we bargained for here in a way because it's getting delayed as well. That's why reverbs and delays don't often work that well together one after the other. You're much better off splitting them up and running them in parallel. Now, one way of doing that is using your return tracks, which I'm sure most of you have played with before. Another way of doing it inside of a track here is by using an audio effect track. This is something I really enjoy. So let's just get rid of these. So we're back to just the dry kind of hat sound. Now if I take an audio effect rack from my audio effects here and just pop it onto the track, bring out the chains list, and now I can right click here to create a chain. And now we've just got the audio from this track running through this chain, and any effects that are on the chain will get applied to the audio. Now, if I create another chain, we're taking a separate split of the audio. So the sound from the hat is coming down chain 1 here. Let's just call this verb. And then also a second split of it is getting taken down this chain. Let's call this delay. And now you can hear that the result of that is that it sounds louder. If I turn this off and on, we've got a jump in volume. So we just have to compensate for that. Now, if you've got 2 chains, then you want to set this to -6 dB volume. And that means, you notice when we turn this on and off, now you can't hear a change in level at all. That's just a little fundamental of audio engineering there. For every track you add, or for every chain that you add, you have to take off another 3 decibels. So if you have 3 chains, you set it to -9. And now you'll hear that that sounds right as well. But anyway, we're just using 2. So let's just keep this at -6. And then onto chain 1, I'm going to put some reverb. Onto chain 2, I'll put some delay. Just set these up a little bit. Let's put dry wet down a touch here, dry wet down a touch on there. Now, what we've got here is we have fixed the problem that we had before, because now we've got 2 separate dry streams of the hat running down 2 different chains and having effects applied to them separately. So now we don't have a reverb sound going into a delay or a delayed sound going into a reverb. These are running in parallel, these effects, all within one track, really nice and neat. So now you hear, you might even just hear that the clarity there is just that little bit better. So that's just a little tip. Be sure to check out our Schugle Studios Ableton course over at ADSR and hit subscribe below for more tips like this in the future.